What is going on, everybody? We are back for the first time. Vagabond, Chapter 1. We've officially caught up and finished Berserk. Now I'm just kind of out here in the middle of nowhere void, hanging out like everybody else, just waiting for 2 or 3 chapters a year. And somebody had mentioned this, I can't remember if it was in my YouTube comments or in Discord, that I keep getting recommended mangas that don't have finished stories or any concrete plans to ever be finished. Like they're just all on hiatus, might be finished, might not. Words of whispers. I don't know the full details on this, but to my knowledge, Vagabond is not finished either, correct? And it's not like Berserk where it's like, okay, we've kind of got a plan, we're slowly gonna drip out chapters and try to finish this thing out. From my knowledge, Vagabond is just radio silent. So again, is it the typical thing? Is the author sick? Is the author even still alive? Like, what's the reason for why we're just hanging out in the void with nothing going on? I'm sure we'll have a ton of questions to ask on our journey here. You guys can see, well, we've never had the explicit content warning, but I have this like watermark here, this Vagabond watermark. You guys have to let me know, is it like Berserk? Can I just freeball this? Can I take this off of here and just kind of freeball, or am I gonna have to put it up? Because Berserk was fine, never had issues with showing Berserk. We tried to skim past through like the nudity and stuff, but never had a problem with YouTube. Hunter x Hunter, which is the only other manga that we've done, they are not about that shit. I have to have something on the pages or they're copywriting it and taking it down. You guys update me with that. Let me know. I have no idea what this story is about. And I didn't know how popular Vagabond was. Honestly, I never heard of Berserk either until you guys recommended Berserk. And I guess since I was doing Berserk for years, I found the community of Berserk and just like how popular like Berserk was. And depending on what website you look at, like Berserk is overall ranked and rated as like the #1 manga in popularity, all not in sales, not like a One Piece thing, but it's like voted on like any manga tier list. Like Berserk is ranked 1 of 1, which I didn't even know when you guys had recommended. I was like, oh, people like Berserk, it is what it is. And then to come into that, Vagabond on like any given website is ranked top 3, top 5 as well. So these are some highly rated manga you guys are suggesting, so I'm expecting pretty great things. Again, no idea what this is about. And there's no Vagabond OSTs. There's no soundtrack. So I want to play like some of these soundtracks here, but I don't know if you guys have any Vagabond soundtracks that don't get copyrighted. And there's not Vagabond soundtracks because there's no original OSTs. Let me know. I see things on here that's like music to listen to while reading Vagabond. That's an hour long. I've skimmed through it. It sounds actually kind of great. I don't know if it's copyright free or not. There's like a meditating while reading Berserk with Guts. Again, don't know if that's copyrighted. So we've got some like non-copyright stuff here that we'll play as we go through it. But I would love to find like a good soundtrack that we can just loop over and over of a good like 5 or 6 songs. Besides that, yeah, we're gonna do the typical showdown. Everybody, Patreon and YouTube, you guys will see this on the 30th of November. This will be the same day that you guys get a Thursday One Piece upload. After this, we're going to go on Patreon for probably maybe 2 weeks. Kind of get a good 6, 7, 8 chapters ahead. And then we'll come back onto YouTube with it. So everyone's going to get to see this. We got to give the Patreon members something, So we're just going to do chapter 1 here. I don't know if Vagabond is text heavy, if it's just image heavy, if the chapters are long, if the chapters are short. What I'll probably do is everybody will see this chapter 1 on Thursday, November the 30th. Starting Monday, Patreon, what we'll plan to do is, this is just going to replace Berserk. So Monday, Fridays were Berserk. Monday, Fridays will now be Vagabond. It looks like it's about the same amount of chapters as Berserk was. But we're just going to do 2 chapters, 2 chapters of reaction, a video, until we kind of get the hang of it. It's like, okay, these aren't long, these aren't short. So Monday will be chapters 2 and 3. Friday will be chapters 4 and 5. Once we get to like 10, we'll come back to YouTube and then put 2, 3 on YouTube. And you guys know the deal. It's the same thing we've been doing for Berserk. But let's go ahead and get into this. Let's press play on this. Hopefully you guys are able to hear that. That's going and it's looped. I've been told to, find some depressing things. So that's the soundtracks we're going to go with. Turn that down a little bit in my head. You guys should be able to see this, hear this. And yeah, if this Vagabond PNG watermark that I have here is like super aggressive, like it's super blacked out and not just like lightly gray, just know YouTube wasn't even liking the lightly gray that I had, and I had to go back over and put something on top of it again. But Vagabond, let's see. Berserk was great. It's the only manga I've ever read start to finish, so I have nowhere to rank it. Like, oh, this is my first, this is my second best. I've read Hunter x Hunter, but I knew 80%, 90% of the story of Hunter x Hunter through anime form, so I can't rank that as like a manga. This will be the second one, so when we finish this, I don't know, a year from now, we'll be actually able to rank the two, but let's see what we've got. Vagabond Chapter 1, after we talked for 6 minutes. Is this in color? Or are they just gonna kind of do me like Berserk used to do me? Because if this is in color, I can already tell you it's gonna be ranked ahead of Berserk for me. Let's see what we got. The Battle of Segihara has ended. Might have ended, but you're getting. I'm gonna lower my hopes. But if this is in color the whole way through, I don't know how Berserk can compete. Like, this is just too much. I'm a failure. No, okay, I was about to say. No way, this is in color though. Is it? It looks great, by the way. I'm gonna have to go directly to Discord after this and ask them if this is in color. Forgive me, mother. I left Sakushu to make a name for myself, but it all came to nothing. Forgive me. There we go. I was about to say, y'all are playing with my heart, because I've been begging for a colored manga for years, and I've been told, it's not possible. The way they have to spit these chapters out, they can't go in and animate it in color as well. Like, it's just never going to happen. You can maybe get some after the fact, but like the popular ones aren't in color. Yeah, if they stayed in color the whole time, that would have been insane. Actually insane. A survivor. Refugee hunters. I survived too. Okay, we're gonna have to learn a whole new bunch of names here. Madahachi. I like the way it's a different style than Berserk. I don't know how to describe it. It's a different style than Hunter x Hunter as well. You did that on purpose? Can you walk? You did that on purpose to scare me? Let's get going. Takezo, if we're pronouncing that right. Oh, hold on. I can't walk anymore, Takezo. Just leave me here. I'm finished. So Takezo is the one in the black. These past few days, all we've had to eat is grass. Once we find a village, we'll get some medicine. It won't be long. Takezo, is this all we amount to? We left Sakushu to make names for ourselves, maybe take down a general or two. But forget about the enemy. The only thing we cut down was the grass to make roads. We were handed machetes instead of spears, and now we're on the losing side. There's a horse behind you guys. I don't think I'm gonna last much longer. Takezo, if I die, I want you to take care of Otsu. Shit. Why is the music building at the perfect time? This is not planned. A survivor? The thing is, like, he thinks it's a joke. Yeah. Takezu, if I'm pronouncing that right, just did this to him. And so now he's not going to take it serious. And, like, oh, that's kind of depressing. A survivor? Give me a break. You can't fool me twice, you jerk. Take a load of this. We moved, right? Okay, he dodged. He dodged. We got out the way. That music was building with him about to get beheaded like crazy, was it not? That shit was moving like crazy. What happened to his boy? Did my man just slip? Like, are you that unathletic? Oh, he's just getting the hell out. You little bastard. Takezo, the real thing. Refugee hunters. Oh, Takezo said, I gotta run my 1v1s. Hold on. Hold on there, bucko. If you're gonna try to kill me, this kid is strong. Oh, so Takezo's the chosen one. If you're gonna try to kill me, I'm gonna kill you. What do they do with the refugee hunters? From like treat them as like prisoners of war, go and sell them off to people as slaves, farmhands, something? Well, oh, there's like multiple of them. Oh, so he's like possessed, is what you're telling me. Could use some help back here, though. So he's like going in. But we need some serious help. Oh, shit. So Takezo is like a little unhinged. But I mean, you have to be on this life or death situation. Like, you got multiple. What do we have? 3 refugee hunters at least? He bashed one skull in. This other one, he hit with the jukes. Tabletops him. Bashes a boulder on top of his head. On one of the other ones. Beats his head in with a stick. Okay. Well. Well, I mean, I know our buddy was pretty TKO'd before we even had to start to fight. I'm sure he really can't give us any kind of help at the moment. I mean, we just took down 3 armed men and didn't get the jump on them. They were coming after us. We're weakened, haven't eaten. Damn. So does he have skill with like a sword, or is he just that kind of brutish to where like, hey, I gotta fight for my life, I can make things happen? Or is he an actual swordsman? Man's coughing up blood, swallowing his own teeth and shit. The way they're drawing his face over here, I think you guys can see my cursor, is insane. And now I've got to ask the question. I know this is nowhere close to being... it's just on straight hiatus. Like, it ain't coming back. Any anime whispers of this ever? And I'm curious now that we've kind of gotten into a handful of them. What is the criteria to take something from manga to anime? Because clearly it's not popularity, because there's some seriously popular manga that, from what I'm hearing, have never even been considered to go to anime. But why not, I guess, is my question. It could be the creator not wanting to do that, but it just seems like just free 99, no? I don't know. Because this art style alone is... it's so much different. Like, I love Berserks. And I'm sure once we get like 10 or 20 chapters in, I'll get used to this and it won't be as like different. But it's crazy. It's like, I'm so used to like just shading things out and making them dark as hell that like the vibrant lines are kind of going crazy right now. Those damn samurai. No way I'm gonna die. Not me. I think your buddy's dying though. I'm Shinmen Takezo? Takazo? Takazo, I think your buddy's dying though. No way I'm gonna die. I'm Haneden Madahachi. Well, Madahachi looks like he needs some serious help. Madahachi, we're going to make names for ourselves. So either one of two things is about to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen this chapter. I don't think both of them are surviving. They keep talking about, like, you know, they barely survived this war. They left the town. They left their hometown to make a name for themselves. They barely survived this war. They're getting hunted down by refugee hunters. Either it's going to be the classic, like, Madahachi just, like, falls out here and dies, and Takezu, what was his name again? Takezu goes on for, like, him and his friend that died when they were younger. Or Takezu does something like he just did, went crazy there, unarmed, 1 verse 3, 4, puts his life on the line for Madahachi, and Madahachi has to flip the switch as he gets older, fighting for his friend that gave his life for his. I don't think both of them survived this. So either the weak, cowardly friend, which is coming off to be Madahachi, which I don't know if he is. I mean, the man's run down. He doesn't have food. He's not rested. He's like steps up and takes on their dream when it was never supposed to be him. He was never the good one. He was never the strong one. Or Madahachi falls off here and Takezu goes forward. Madahachi, hey? Hey? Who's this just walking in the weeds and shit? No sign of any villages? What's going on? This area sprawled with corpses from the battle 2 days ago. What's happening to him? Something's wrong with me too? We haven't even eaten anything. What could we possibly have thrown up? Someone's there. Another bandit. Hey. And that's chapter 1. Not gonna lie, I can't remember what Berserk chapter 1 was about. Was chapter 1 when he rode around with the old man and the girl? Well, spoilers if you haven't read Berserk. Is that when he's walking around with the old man and the girl, and they get possessed, and they gotta end up putting the girl down and the old man down? Was that chapter 1? I know that was one of the earlier chapters. This is a strong first chapter. Pretty great. I'm curious if, again, if Vagabond is going to be its own contained kind of grounded earthly story, like a Vinland Saga, where there's no powers, there's no demons, there's no chakra networks, there's no nen, no possessive beasts are going to take you over. Like, it's just humans and whatever they're able to achieve with their own strength. There's no devils, there's no angels, there's no power, there's no elves, you know, like, it's just regular non-fiction humans. Or if there's going to be otherworldly things, power system, what might you know, off the bat there, because that'll open the door to a lot. Because again, like, what's happening to him? Did she do something with powers, or is he just kind of just dying from being out here so long? Those are all other questions. But again, yeah, I don't think both of them are going to end up surviving this. Both of the boys. Already forgot the names. Madahachi and Takezu. I don't think both of them are going to survive just this initial stuff here. So very, very curious how that goes. But yeah, the line work and the artwork looks so great. I don't even know how to describe it, but it looks pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. So there we are, 1 chapter. Not gonna lie, I am in the mood to just, like, spam chapters. So that's a good start, right? It could have been like, oh, well, that was a nice chapter. All right, see you guys later. That got me in the zone to, like, I could easily crank out. It's crazy because if I didn't do reactions to things, these 300 chapters, I could crank that shit out in a month or less. Absolutely crazy. Pretty decent, though. I'm trying to think of what we liked best for the thumbnail. I mean, some of these color shots are insane. And they got my hopes up because I'm like, well, you guys would have told. I would have definitely gotten word. People would have been recommending me Vagabond since like day one, knowing how much I like colored chapters. Because there's no way a manga that's considered like top 5, top 3 all time is not recommended to me, and it's in color. So yeah, I'm just gonna assume that that's maybe something they do there for a little bit. But yeah, I think the one I like most is the when he says his name there, we kind of get like the full face panel. But that was a strong, again, pronunciations with things. I don't even know if we ever get correct pronunciation, because if it's never animated, how do you ever really know if you're pronouncing things correctly? But I think this is the shot I like most. So I'll probably end up going with that. Solid start. I mean, nothing to complain about. I love the way it looks. Again, I'm very curious if it's just going to be regular, just humans and what they're able to do, or we're going to have people actually possessing powers or other type of things like that. And there's not really much to go on other than that. We didn't really get any other information to really have more talking points. It looks good. I'm hooked after one chapter. And I mean, that's pretty much all we could leave it at. Again, you guys can answer the questions as far as like, why is it on a hiatus? How long has it been on hiatus? Are there any whispers of this shit ever coming back? Ever? And yeah, why do some of the most popular, like Berserk, for example, they've tried multiple times. I've seen that there's like, what, 3 different anime adaptations, a movie. Why is it that like what some consider the best or most popular manga of all time, why does something like Berserk struggle to get the funding or a good studio behind a good, clean anime adaptation? I feel like that would be so easy to do, no? With how popular it is? Like, what do they think won't happen? Like, people won't watch it, won't support it? Like, it's so popular that people are just going to watch it off of name value. So that's why I say same thing for, like, Vagabond. From everything I'm seeing and reading, it's, like, world-renowned, considered, like, a top 3, top 5 manga all time. To my knowledge, there's not any animated adaptation of it. Movie, anime, whatever. Why do some, I guess, manga writers just choose to not go down that path? Because you would think it can't be because you don't think people are going to watch it. Like, it's that popular. It's just going to... Eyeballs are going to go to it just off of name value alone. Maybe that's just not something they're interested in. Like, how does a Berserk or a Vagabond or something like that struggle to get... Well, I don't know if they struggle to get anime, but how do they not get anime? But other things get green, like Demon Slayer, green light, Chainsaw Man, green light, etc., etc. Tokyo Ghoul, you get yours green light, green light. How do these other things get green lighted for like all these seasons and stuff, but some of the other ones? So I don't know what goes into that, but yeah, we'll leave it there. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and as always,